and your mission, allowing those connections in, like an intelligent cell wall that allows what nourishes it in, but rejects that which does not serve. It's feeling very much in the center of the sphere of protection, feeling connected with guidance, allies, ancestors, those beings who are wise and well. Just finding yourself here in that sphere and allowing yourself to start to explore what it is like to float in this relaxation, in this moment of connection. And now, as you do that, I'd like you to call to mind one of the dreams that we talked about. It could be the dream of sledding down the hill, receiving the voices. It could be the dreams of simulation, or it could be another dream. Does one come forward to you now?
The simulation.
Simulation. So now just calling up that frequency of that simulation dream, just allowing yourself to be in the sphere of protection and just imagine a portal of sorts, a portal that will take you into that dream. And I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I get to the number 3, you'll be through that portal in that dream. It might be the same or different from what you imagine. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and we can take it slow, this sort of exploration. But one, just envisioning a portal wherever you are. It might be a light, it might be a solid door, it might be anything that comes to mind. 2, approaching this portal, knowing that at the other side will be in that dream of the simulation and deeply connected with the guidance there that can help you root into its meaning and implications for your life. And 3, taking a step through that portal, finding yourself in this dream of simulation. What are you experiencing?
The energy of welcoming energy.
Mm.
A reunion of sorts.
How does this energy of welcome come into your consciousness? Does it come through feeling in the body, a knowingness, or
Mm.
how does it come to you?
It's energy flowing, swooping down under my back and then to out my chest. It's like I'm all coming together into one.
Thank you. And as you're experiencing this energy of welcome, of reunion, swooping into your back and out the front, feeling like you're coming together into one, where are you? What is the environment that you find yourself in? And it could be very much like physical waking reality, or could be very much like dreamscapes. So what's coming to your inner senses now?
It's a spaceship of sorts. Like it's not smooth, it's rough corners and dark floor, metal, black metal.
Yeah. And so now just tuning into the inner sense of sight, noticing all of these things, just observing the more general characteristics as well. Is it light or dark in this spaceship of sorts?
It's lit up by entrance ways, but mostly dark, but not like pitch dark,
Hmm.
like a candlelight dark.
Hmm. Thank you. And then
I
work.
see pipes,
Perfect. Pipes.
pipes on the floor, almost like circuitry going up the walls, going in different directions. It's like I'm in a computer
Hmm.
in a machine. It's it's a metaphor. It's a construct, an idea to visualize the in between reincarnation.
Mhm. Where does that awareness, how does that awareness come to you? So like the energy, the awareness that this space is a metaphor.
It just it's like I'm just talking and it's just coming through and it's a sense of knowing.
We welcome that sense of knowing, the sense of talking, the sense of it coming through. We welcome that. We welcome that wisdom coming through.
I see a mantis being dancing in the hallway. It's funny.
Thank you. Dan.
He's he's pointing he's pointing at one of the portals.
Okay. And let's
I think
just,
he wants yeah.
what do you think he wants?
He wants me to go through that portal to see.
Yeah. And what do you want?
I want to go through that
Right.
portal too.
And do you think we could take some time to explore a little bit more this space, or would you like
Yes,
to? Okay, great.
that's fine.
Thank you. So we'll come back to the portal the mantis being is pointing to. I'd like you to just say a little bit about the inner sense of sound in this space that is a metaphor. Are you perceiving any loudness or quietness, any sounds in this space?
I didn't until you said something.
Hmm.
It's like a high pitched bell, but it sounds nice. It's like in the background, in the walls, it's vibrating through my whole essence.
Yeah, and I'd like to invite your various bodies to feel this sound, this high pitched sound, and to just take a moment to receive that sound. And I'll invite your conscious mind to create a sort of label for that sound so that you could evoke those feelings, this frequency in the future, should you want to. Is there a label you'd like to apply to this sound that you could use in the future to call up that frequency?
Beaming.
Amy?
Yeah.
Okay, so now and in the future, should you want to recall this frequency, you can use the label beaming to recall that frequency and to instruct your various bodies, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, to recall that frequency. Is there anything else regarding that frequency that you feel is important to work with or explore?
It holds together. It's holding like like a web that holds together.
Beautiful. And we'll move,
I,
oh, keep going.
I see something like a button that came into my mind that has spokes coming out from it. It's a red button. Mm. Yeah, I saw a face. It's almost like a bone face. He has it's a male, sunken in cavities, upper eyes. Just the face. He's gone now.
Thank you. We'll move into the inner sense of feeling to explore this space now a bit. So, the space, the metaphor space, the ship of sorts with the high pitched sound, the beaming, the candlelight darkness, and the dancing mantis. But in terms of the feeling state, is it warm or cool in this space?
It's warm.
Mm.
Not too warm, but slightly more warm than neutral.
Yeah. Is there a sense of movement or stillness in the air?
Both.
Mm.
That's interesting. It's like staticky, but still.
Mm.
It's a good static tone.
Mm.
It's like a bass.
Yeah. And then what do you notice about any scent or taste?
Hmm. How do you how do you explain what a rainbow smells like?
Mm. Mm.
Not flavors, not nothing like that. Just smelling it brings
Mm.
forth the colors of a rainbow.
Mm. Mm.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'd love to run through a kind of exercise here of sending that those pops of love. Perhaps they're connected with this high pitched sound or anything else, but there's really this delightful energy in this space, and I'd love to work with that and amplify that, and just explore what it's like to move that throughout the consciousness in various ways. So if you're up for that, let's start tuning into one of those things, or all of those things, the pops of love, or this perhaps this beaming, high pitched sound, or something like that. But what comes to mind with in terms of the thing we'll work with to amplify and then send to the various parts? Um,
Sounds good.
okay, great. So working with those, all of those feelings, the sense of holding it all together, being supported by these pops of love, the sense of welcoming, delightful welcoming energy. I invite you to let that amplify, and I invite you to call on the white light we've been working with and the earth energies to hold you in this. So you may even feel some stuff in your body, the energy body, the physical body, just knowing that you're safe, your bed, okay to feel what you're feeling. Just allow that to amplify, especially those feelings of love and welcoming. And as you do, I'll invite you now to send all of that feeling of love and welcoming, of holding it all together, all those things, send it to your physical body and just observe what comes up. So, what do you experience as you send that love feeling through the physical body?
That's weird. I have I feel like I have claws and my toes have claws like cat claws. Hmm.
And now
I,
we'll
I
go on.
I feel something at the center of my head in the front,
Hmm.
about the size of a golf ball.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just allowing the that love energy, the welcome energy to move throughout the entire physical body, to go to where it needs to go like a magnet. What do you observe?
crystals, crys- crystalline, shifting like a prism, but shifting colors inside of me,
Mm.
inside of not my mind or my body, but something else,
Mm.
something, not my higher self,
Mm.
spectrals, spec, spectrals of light.
Thank you. And now I'll invite you to take all of that love feeling, the welcoming feeling, that energy, and now move it into the emotional bodies. So this is like the emotions, the patterns of feelings you might have, any perhaps complexes from the past even that just needs this love and welcoming. So just allow that to go anywhere in the emotional body that it needs to go. What do you observe?
I feel taller.
Hmm.
I felt this before. I feel more humble and knowing and a sense of being a teacher
Hmm.
and a leader. Group group session group whirlwinds of knowledge, tornadoes of truth. Let the winds and the tides carry you. Go where the water flows. The truths in the past will find you. I feel like there's a big loving needle or something spear going into my chest, but it doesn't hurt. I can almost taste something in my mouth,
Hmm.
like green
Hmm.
plant energy.
Hmm.
I'm seeing fingers are like blade claws or something all over my body. It's not bad. It was just a little disturbing at first,
Hmm.
but
And then just bringing those feelings of the blade or claws all over the body together with that feeling of welcomeness and the pops of love and all that we were working with. What do you observe as we bridge those two together?
I see the sky, it's blue, little tiny thin patches of clouds, and I'm floating on a raft,
Hmm.
staring at the sky, surrendering, surrendering to fate in the future, going along with the tide.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Thank you. So we'll continue the process of sending this welcome feeling to the various bodies. We've gone through the physical body and the emotional body. So now let's call on the white lights and earth energies to amplify even more, and all the guides to do so too. Amplify this feeling of welcomeness, of love, of this holding it all together and sending those feelings to the mental body. So these are patterns of thoughts that you have, these are ideas about yourselves, the world, or other people. It's just allowing all of those thought patterns and notions and ideas and knowledges to be held in this field of welcoming energy, these thoughts of love. What do you observe as you send those feelings to the mental body?
I feel like a flower opening up,
Mm.
but it's in 2 dimensions. It's two-dimensional cut diagram, almost like a V female energy birthing.
Thank you. What else do you observe about the mental bodies here and now?
I've got rods coming out of my head.
Hmm.
They're attached to, they're anchored in. It's it's keeping me in place and focused and protected.
Thank you.
I keep hearing a voice. It's androgynous.
Hmm.
They keep saying, I told you all of this. Told you. Hmm. I don't know what that means.
Where does the voice come from?
The left side,
Hmm.
kind of like up and to the left. And I get green energy.
Hmm. And how,
No, it's listen. They say listen,
hmm.
listen and focus. They're keeping me focused and relaxed.
Yeah. Keeping you focused. Is there, and just checking in with your whole self, with the various bodies, with the wisdom that's inherent in you? What is there action or anything that needs to be done with this voice? You need to acknowledge it. You need to perform an action. What needs to happen with this voice?
Acknowledge that I am listening. I'm, I will remain focused.
Mhm. And just allowing yourself to say those things. I am listening. I will focus. I am listening. I will focus.
I am listening. I will focus.
Yeah. What do you observe about your experience? Are there any places that feel resistant or particularly happy about that? Or is what information comes to you as you say, I am listening, I am focused?
I'm not sure. I feel like I'm standing and there's multiple trails going out for me that I could go down,
Mm,
multiple paths
mm,
of exploration into the past and the present. You you were once young, now you're very wise and fully in control. You're capable of so much more. The truth will find you. Just relax. Just relax.
mm. We'll invite the white light that we've been working with to really bring that relaxation through all the bodies and even down the multiple paths of exploration of the past and present. Just this sense of white lights and just even inviting a sense of relaxation anytime you see white light, this sort of sense of relaxing and knowing that the truth will find you, that you are capable of so much more, that you are fully in control. Now you are very wise. Letting that association of relaxation bring about those intuitions now and in the future, inviting that association of light, of relaxation, and of this truth coming into you. Now, working with that sense of relaxation and that sense of welcomingness, let's send all of those feelings, all of that pops of love to your spirit body. And this is the one that you might use to go on adventures and dreaming or out of body experiences or navigate the past life realms, all of those things. Just allowing this sense of white light, this holding it together, high frequency sound, pops of love to really go into the spirit body and go where they're needed. What do you observe?
I'm flying.
Mm.
I'm in space. So
Yeah.
many galaxies and solar systems and beautiful colors. Love. It's all love. It's all me. It's all you. It's everything. I feel expansive.
Wonderful. So feeling all this love, this connection between me, you, everything, this sense of expansion and love in the galaxies flying through space. I wonder if you could tune into wisdom for yourself in this space to give to yourself the dreaming part of you that sometimes feels limited, or the out of body experiencer that's limited by, I don't know, just getting out of the house or something like that. But is there any wisdom or advice that you could give yourself in this expanded state to that part of you that sometimes feels limited? What comes up for you?
Let go. Let go. And just relax and don't force it. Just be. Be the place. Be the point in space where you want to go. Don't teleport, just be. It's all one moment in existence, experienced in different points of view, fractals, spiraling fractals, never ending love. Your self love is the key to just be.
Mm. And I wonder if you could take that insight, the sense of self-love is the key, just relax, don't teleport, just be. If you could put it all together, bring it all together into perhaps an image that you might even encounter sometime in dream or these out of body states that would remind you if there's an image in the world that could remind you of all these things, what would that image be?
The white light,
Mm,
gold and white, heavenly, angelic.
mm,
I hear, I hear a choir too.
mm. Yeah.
It's the music of reality. It's the music
Mm,
of us. It's Hmm.
thank you. So I'll invite you to just take a moment to do what dream people call prospective memory. So we're going to just visualize an experience of being limited in your capacity to move in the out of body state and say, just imagine that when you experience the first sense of limitation, all of a sudden, perhaps white light, golden light, the kind of choir of the heavens just appears, and you know intuitively that you don't have to teleport. You can just be and relax. And that is the key because you're engaged in self love as the key to the portal, just imagining those moments where sometimes you've had these experiences, you've encountered limitation, and just imagine that in that moment of limitation, all of a sudden the white light, golden light, heavenly choir shows up, and you know for a fact that all that is self love in these moments. How does that feel to you?
It feels like home, like
Yeah.
oneness,
Mm.
source.
Mm.
I still retain my self identity in sorts, but it's like I become something more, become everything.
Yeah. Thank you. We've been working with all the various bodies and this feeling of love and welcoming. Is there any wisdom or communication or action that comes up from the various bodies that needs to be acknowledged or performed here and now? Anything that these various bodies, the mental, emotional, spiritual, physical bodies, need to be addressed or acknowledged or anything like that?
I feel part of me was let go or left behind to be here, and it feels disconnecting, like
Mm,
like a baby in the umbilical cord being cut off.
Mm.
and I'm falling down to earth gently,
Mm.
but guided. But I feel the disconnect from family. They're not too far, but I miss it so much.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
They're all around me
Yep.
still.
Yep.
Mhm. I want to laugh and cry. It's
Mm.
so
Yep. Yeah. Mm. Mm. And what are you experiencing now?
That umbilical cord is still attached, and they're feeding me love and energy through the center,
Mm.
reminding me that they're still there.
Mm.
Eh, Inner healing.
And how does this umbilical cord attach to your consciousness? How is it presenting itself to you?
to my to my chest, to my center, my heart chakra, going through the entire body, nervous system, being of existence, the energy emitting the aura. Love, love.
A moment
And
ago, oh, go on.
I miss my family, but they're still here.
Thank you.
Mm.
You said there was a sense of the being dropped and a disconnection through the umbilical, and now there is a feeling of connection. I wonder if you could speak more about that, the reconnection, or was it always connected? What do you observe?
I feel like it was just the perspective of the umbilical cord being cut. It was never really cut. It was
Mm.
just thinned, thinned out.
Yeah,
Now it's thickened again. It's thick and rich, flowing like a heart valve opening up.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
I feel so full of light. I feel lighter. I feel, I don't know what the word is.
Mm.
I feel more like me.
Yeah, let's work with that. Oh, go on.
Sorry, I feel tall again. I feel
Yeah.
tall. I I feel like I'm in another body almost.
Mm.
but a body that can change shape and form.
Hmm,
That's it.
thank you. Let's work with that feeling of feeling so light, more like me, and knowing that that feeling comes out of this knowingness that there was a perception of disconnection. But the truth of the matter is there's this connection sometimes was thinned, but now is thickened. So let that knowledge, especially that self knowledge, that even though you miss the family, they're still right there and connected to you through love. Let that move through all the bodies, like we just practiced, the physical body, the emotional body, letting it go past, present, and future to all those places of emotional distress where you may have felt disconnected. Let that feeling of connection that you now have go back there. Allow for that feeling of connection and that knowingness of connection to family to go to the mental body. Any self-talk about feeling disconnected or anything like that, just knowing that you are connected, knowing that the connection is love, and that all you need to do is relax to feel it, and then finally let it go to the spirit bodies, all the other aspects of yourself. It's really deep knowledge of connection. How how does that feel? What do you observe as this happens?
It's like a band-aid was taken off of a wound, but the wound has been healed this entire
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
perception of being disconnected and wounded and abandoned was just an illusion, a perception of the mind and the body and how it perceived it, how it manifested itself in the mind and the body.
Yeah. And so now that this illusion in this space has shifted and you know the truth of it, that sense of being whole and healed and connected and loved and connected to family, you might discover in your waking life, in a future life, that decisions are made slightly differently, that experiences come to you in slightly different ways, knowing that this illusion of disconnection may not stand in the way as a bandage, keeping you disconnected or covered, that protection really doesn't need to be there because you are already healed and whole. So just acknowledging that there may be some shift in your life that is in line with this new knowledge as it comes into your life, and inviting and permitting yourself to change your behavior in ways that are in line with this new self knowledge or the self knowledge that has already existed.
Mm.
And we've been working with such feelings of connection and light. And I wonder if we can tune back into that space of simulation. There was a mantid being that was dancing and getting our attention towards the beginning of this experience. Is
Mhm.
that mantid present? Well,
Yes,
yeah. And what's
he's
the
almost like a father.
you. And I'd love for you to really just take over this interaction and just narrate to me what you do with the mantid, this that's like a father to you. You approach the mantid, you talk to them. What happens next?
It's like we're mirroring each other's images, like motions, and it's interesting. I raise my arm and he raises his. I tilt my head, he tilts his.
Hmm.
This this interesting connection, a deeper sense of connection. They they if now it feels like a day, like multiple coming through one.
Yeah.
They want to connect to me. They know because they know I've been wanting to connect to them. They they now want to open up to me and connect with me.
Thank you. And in this moment that you've wanted this connection and they've wanted the connection, will you connect with them here and now? Will you open up to that?
Yes.
And what do you observe as you acknowledge the yes?
We're hugging in some weird way, but we're hugging. It kind of tickles in my aura and my energy. But love.
Yeah.
I've felt this before. I've I felt this tickling love before when they connect with me. They've tried before.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
It's playful, but also loving
Mm,
and nurturing and protecting.
yeah. Wonder if in this new connection we might even ask the mantid here if there's any insight about your rootedness, any family origins, any history of that connection they would like to bring forward to your consciousness now. What comes forward?
He wants to put his head to mine. I'm hesitant.
Mm,
I'm ready.
yeah.
There's a gold emblem on his head and my head.
Mm,
A key, a connection, completing the circuit. I'm about to do it.
yeah.
I feel like I'm electricity through a wire, going in multiple places all over in like a neural network.
Yeah.
I'm going through the web of existence, traveling multi realities, finding the origins, finding the origins.
Mm,
I see I'm in completely white lights of pure thought.
mm,
I have no physical body. I'm simply energy, but I'm like not an orb, but humanoid light body,
mm,
angelic, expansive. The light comes off of me, but it's like it's going up, like opposite rain, and it's flowing up and out at the same time.
mm,
But I just feel tall and white and full of light. I can manifest myself in any form, but it's like I'm free and I've I live different lives. I've incarnated up there in different bodies to experience the different dimensions. I have families on different dimensions, different levels. I'm going down from the upper levels, going down. I knew this.
mm,
I knew this before internally. I had no way to understand or visualize. I have families. We experience life through different levels of reality and bodies. It's like almost like playing a game, but you have to have a vessel. and you go down. And then when you get done with that, you go down further. There's layers you have to go to get to Earth.
Yeah.
You have to start up, but it's not up or down, it's frequencies.
Mhm.
The Lyrans, Pleiadians, insectoids, all of these beings are tied to me. This information is just flowing through me now.
Mhm.
The grays as well. It's like I'm fully versed and experienced in all these different dimensions and lives. So many different families, but we're all connected as a family.
Mhm.
Everyone is family in every level of dimension. It's leveling out now. I'm leveling out and I feel the full connection between me and all the realms and all the dimensions, all the way up to the top. My higher self is that light being, the essence of me. I have more than one origin for to say, but it's not it's it's a web, it's a fractal. The most important thing is that everyone is family, no matter what stage and vibration that you're at.
Mhm.
This this will bring about more information in the future. This will become more clear as she starts to understand how everything relates to each other. She tries to focus too much on the analytical. She needs
Yeah.
to relax and understand that it's not important. Just go with the flow,
Yeah.
and everything will make sense in the end.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful
Yeah.
and so full of love.
Yeah.
She's felt so lost and abandoned,
Yeah.
but she doesn't want to acknowledge it sometimes.
Mhm.
But now that she has and fully connected to Source, she can begin to grow and understand full potential and
Mhm.
know what she's here to do.
Mhm. Thank you. I wonder if there's any specific instructions from the higher self speaking in this way for her in this moment, in this time. Any specific instruction or action that wants to be taken, or how best to integrate this knowledge of letting go and relaxing into these deeper connections.
Allow yourself to allow to grow and learn. Don't suppress any feelings that come up. Understand that even though these feelings and emotions may originate from the human perspective, just know that they are just as important as any other stage and experience that she's ever experienced in all the other time. Everything is important and connected. Don't push them away. Feel them, and then you'll truly understand to let go and move forward. And the abilities will come behind, increasing tenfold, even things that laid under and behind.
Thank you. And there was a dream earlier about mission, about being something like Starbuck and not understanding the mission. And there's a conversation around disclosure and being a voice for disclosure. So I'd like to invite the higher self to express any message it has around mission, how to activate the mission, be in the mission, and especially its connection with this movement towards disclosure. Yeah.
Yes, so much to do, but she wants to do it all at once. She wants to do too much at once. So much fire. She needs to be a laser beam, not a lighthouse.
Hmm.
Focus, focus, and let yourself flow. She just needs to relax and go with the flow. And don't worry about how people think about her, and everyone has their own opinions. But the people that align with her will follow. They will listen and they will understand and they will see the truth. They will not only hear the truth, they will see and feel it inside of her. This is what she needs to understand,
Hmm.
is that trying isn't so important as much as of it as doing. Doing is the most important. Just do and relax and everything will follow. She's going to accomplish so much. And we have guided her so much, but she's doing it mostly on her own, and she doesn't even realize it. The truths are right there in front of her. She just needs to let go and relax.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I'd love to just check in with Nebula if there's any question you would like to pose for the higher self at this moment. Hmm.
Hmm. Can't think of anything.
Wonderful. Sure. Thank
I
you.
feel so fulfilled, and
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of answers have been solved,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
it's not about the finding the meat of the truth. It's about feeling where the truth comes from.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then the truth will follow. Stop trying to grab the truth and the truth will come to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to do in this space of connection, this space outside of the simulation, in connection with all that is, knowing that you'll still remain connected with all that is and this family and this love, but anything you'd like to do in this space now before we begin our journey back?
And gratitude to everyone, even to my higher self,
Yeah.
this whole process, everything. And gratitude to all the beings that have guided me and helped me. I love you all so much, so much. And I know the love is reciprocated.
Yeah.
I feel like I now understand the embodiment of all the characteristics of all the things that I've lived and all the races.
Hmm.
I understand. I feel wiser. I feel lighter, expansive, knowing, connected. So much has happened in this session. I feel everything.
Hmm. So much gratitude for your higher self, all that love and welcoming, that connection, that always was, in the heart, to the family, the knowledge of the different frequencies. So much gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Nebula, for showing up. Thank you, Nebula's higher self. Thank you, all guides, allies, ancestors. I'll invite you to stay connected with those feelings of love, knowing that we've set some new ideas deep within of who you are as someone that is connected to family, rooted in family in that way through this self knowledge. The key is self love and knowing that you just have to relax, let go, and allow yourself to become a laser beam. And that's super beautiful. So, sending gratitude to all elements of the journey. I invite you now to start to come back. You might even come back through the different layers that you've been exploring, coming back from mental, emotional, physical, spiritual aspects, coming back into one, coming back through that simulation dream, coming back to the white light, the connection to the white light and the earth, finding yourself in the sphere of protection and this connection, and finding yourself back in the physical body, in your bed, here and now today on a Wednesday afternoon, discovering the energy.